Well, of course, as you've heard, our reason for being here this evening, worship God and hear from Uganda. But can I say, first of all, on behalf of the Deanery, thank you to Christchurch for inviting us to this and welcoming us here this evening. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to invite Bishop Cranmer and Mama Hope to join me here. I've got instructions to stick close to the microphone so you'll hear it all. But we do give you a very warm welcome this evening. Thank you for coming and joining with us. 2 years ago, David and I were guests at another event in Uganda, in the Diocese, just to the north of you, and we had a fantastic welcome there. So it's great to be able to return greetings to you and to the others in Uganda. So will you please take our greetings back to the Diocese of Muhabura? Mm-hmm. Right. Well, now, perhaps you could tell us why you're here this evening. I think you've already been introduced, so perhaps you could explain why you're actually here in the UK at the moment.
I'm summarizing it in one kind of phrase. That aho, that clears a path to a friend's home is the feet that constantly tread on it. By this, we are clearing the way to our friend's home. So that's what we are doing. We are clearing the way to Winchester and other churches we have been to so that we can come freely and you also come back freely. Strengthening our relationships. And secondly, to see how we can partner together in the mission of the church, in the ministry of Jesus Christ on this earth.
Now, Bishop, we have heard that you are the Bishop of Muhabura, and we've been learning how to say it properly. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us something a little bit, thank you very much for a prompt down here, can you tell us a little bit about the diocese?
The Diocese of Muhabura, as you have been told,
look at this,
is situated there at the extreme southwest. We say at the beginning, not the end of Uganda. At the beginning of Uganda. At the beginning of Uganda, at the borders with Congo and Rwanda, and it is composed of 37 parishes, 144 churches, and we have 6 departments in the diocesan offices which do ministries across the district because the diocese covers the entire district.
Now, Mama Hope, you've got a lovely dress on this evening. Perhaps you could explain its design and its significance.
The dress I'm putting on, as he has asked, it's one of the Mothers' Union uniforms. And this one, it's what we put on when we are celebrating 100 years of having Mothers' Union in Uganda. That celebration was in October, the year 2008.
Wonderful.
And
100 years.
Mothers' Union President of Muhabura Diocese.
Well,
that's the picture of the cathedral.
Well, never mind the bishop. Mm-hmm. The president of the Mothers' Union is the power. And Bishop Cranmer, what do you see as the opportunities within the link between our deanery here in Winchester and the Diocese of Muhabura?
The opportunities, the first and foremost, is the exchange visits, whereby you could come as we have come, that we learn from each other. When we come over here, we learn from you. When you come, you also learn from us. That's one. Secondly, is to share the richness of the ministry of Christ in his church and the resources that God has endowed us together with. The resources of human resources and other resources that could be on earth that we can use for the enrichment of his ministry.
Thank you very much. Bishop Cranmer is going to be preaching to us in just a moment, but we're very grateful to you to subjecting yourself to this interview. It will also be used in our Deanery Synod, which takes place next week, not the coming, but the one following, and so that will be able to be shared wider amongst the parishes of our Deanery. So thank you very much for that. And God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Oh,
This is how we do it.
thank you.
The reading this evening is taken from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10. And if you're reading from the Church Bibles, it's on page 959. So page 959, Mark chapter 10, and it begins at verse 46. Then they came to Jericho. As Jesus and his disciples, together with a large crowd, were leaving the city, a blind man, Bartimaeus, which means son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside begging. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Many rebuked him and told him to be quiet.